There's a moment almost every English learner knows. Someone is talking to you, and at first, everything is fine. Then one phrase goes by too quickly, you miss one word, then another, and suddenly the whole conversation feels out of reach. Your first instinct may be to smile and pretend you understood, but that is usually when the conversation becomes even harder. Today, we are going to learn 8 phrases that help you rescue the conversation when you do not understand. The goal is not to understand every word. The goal is to know what to do when you miss something. Phrase number 1 is simple and natural. Sorry, I missed that. Use it when you simply did not hear or process what the other person said. Imagine you are talking to a coworker in the hallway. They say something quickly about tomorrow's meeting. You miss the last few words. You say, "Sorry, I missed that." Your coworker repeats the sentence without making a big deal out of it. Now you are back in the conversation. Phrase number 2 is useful when you need the whole sentence again. Could you say that again? This is one of the most useful English sentences you can learn. You can use it with coworkers, strangers, store employees, receptionists, and almost anyone else. Imagine you are checking into a hotel. The receptionist says something quickly about breakfast and checkout time. You catch breakfast but miss everything after that. You ask, "Could you say that again?" The receptionist repeats it more clearly. Phrase number 3 is more specific. I didn't catch the last part. Use this when you understood the beginning but lost the ending. Imagine someone says, "I can send it today, but I need approval from finance first." You hear the first half but miss the reason. You say, "I didn't catch the last part." They repeat only the part you missed. That keeps the conversation moving. Phrase number 4 is for words or expressions you heard clearly but did not understand. What do you mean by that? This question opens the door to an explanation. It is especially useful with idioms, indirect language, or workplace expressions. Imagine your manager says, "We may need to push this back." You are not sure what push this back means. You ask, "What do you mean by push this back?" Your manager explains that the project may need to be delayed until next week. Now you understand the expression inside a real conversation. Phrase number 5 helps you check whether you understood the main idea correctly. Are you saying that? Use it when you understood most of the conversation but want to confirm your interpretation. Imagine a coworker explains a change to a project plan. There are several details and you are not sure which one matters most. You ask, "Are you saying that the deadline has moved to Friday?" The coworker can confirm it or correct one small detail. This is much better than silently guessing. Phrase number 6 helps when the other person has said a lot and you need the main idea. So basically, this phrase lets you summarize what you think you heard. Imagine someone explains a complicated process for several minutes. You are following most of it, but you want to check the final result. You say, "So basically, I send the form first, and then I wait for confirmation." The other person may say, "Exactly," or they may correct one step. Either way, you now know what to do next. Phrase number 7 is for speed. Could you say that a little more slowly? Many learners understand English well when it is clear but lose track when someone speaks too quickly. There is nothing wrong with asking someone to slow down. Imagine you are on the phone with customer service. The agent explains 3 steps very quickly. You understand step 1 but lose steps 2 and 3. You ask, "Could you say that a little more slowly?" Most people will naturally slow down and separate the information more clearly. Phrase number 8 is one of the best phrases for confirming important details. Let me make sure I got that right. You can use it before repeating dates, prices, instructions, addresses, or next steps. Imagine you are speaking to a landlord. They explain when the rent is due and how to send the payment. You say, "Let me make sure I got that right." Then you repeat the important details in your own words. The landlord confirms it. Now both of you know the information is clear. Now let us put all 8 phrases into one realistic conversation. Imagine you are talking to a new coworker named Maya during lunch. Maya speaks naturally and fairly quickly. She starts telling you about a team event next Thursday. You miss the last few words. You say, "Sorry, I missed that." Maya repeats the sentence. This time you hear the sentence, but one expression is unfamiliar. You ask, "What do you mean by optional?" Maya explains that you did not have to attend. Then she explains where everyone is meeting. She speaks quickly again. You ask, "Could you say that a little more slowly?" She slows down and gives you the address. You hear most of it but miss the apartment number. You say, "I didn't catch the last part." Maya repeats the apartment number. Then she says people usually bring snacks and drinks. You are not sure whether you should bring something too. You ask, Are you saying that I should bring something? Maya says you can, but you do not have to. Then she gives you several details about timing and parking. You say, so basically, I just show up around 7? Maya says, exactly. Before the conversation ends, you say, let me make sure I got that right. Then you repeat the day, time, and address. Maya confirms everything. You did not understand everything perfectly the first time, but you stayed inside the conversation and repaired every missing piece. That is real conversational skill. Now imagine someone who is afraid to ask questions. They miss information but say nothing. They hear an unfamiliar word but pretend they understand. They are confused but keep smiling and nodding. At the end, they leave with several unanswered questions. Their English may actually be good. The problem is that they do not know how to repair the conversation. That is why these 8 phrases matter. Let us review them one more time. Number 1, sorry, I missed that. Number 2, could you say that again? Number 3, I didn't catch the last part. Number 4, what do you mean by that? Number 5, are you saying that? Number 6, so basically. Number 7, could you say that a little more slowly? Number 8, let me make sure I got that right. You do not need to memorize all 8 today. Start with 3 that feel natural to you. The more you use them, the less pressure you feel when you miss something. You stop thinking, I failed to understand. Instead, you think, I know what to say next. That is a huge difference. Real conversations are messy. People speak quickly, change topics, interrupt each other, and leave sentences unfinished. Even native speakers sometimes ask each other to repeat things. So asking for clarification is not a sign that you cannot speak English. It is a sign that you know how to keep communication clear. The real goal is not perfect listening. The real goal is recovery. You miss something, you repair it, and you keep going. This episode helps you. Listen again and focus only on the 8 rescue phrases. On the second listen, pause after each situation and say the phrase out loud yourself. On the third listen, imagine that the other person is speaking directly to you. The goal is to make these phrases automatic, so the next time English moves too fast, do not panic and do not pretend. Use one of these phrases and bring the conversation back to you. If you want more real-life English you can actually use, subscribe and keep practicing with me. I'll see you in the next episode.